unmute all that great stuff. Hey, what's good, y'all? Change the camera a little bit, get low. All right. Like when I start losing weight, I don't mind the camera being a little bit lower. Oh shoot, forgot. There we go. Hola, hola over there. Yeah. What's up, y'all? Hold on. Say when I start losing weight, I gotta move the camera down a little bit. My gut not poking out like it used to, right? A little further, a little further. All right, cool. There we go. All right. Yo, what's up, people? See y'all watching. See y'all looking. Yo, today y'all want to real quick talk about because Fröhliche Neujahr, that's Happy New Year in German. Want to talk about the good old. Hey, why you here? In the comments, tell me where you're watching from. Like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or somewhere like that. Let me know where you're watching from. Also, let me know like where you actually are, like what city, state, zip code. Um, don't put your social, none of that kind of stuff when you find you. I'm also ethical hacking, so I want to protect you from that. But y'all, I want to talk about New Year's resolutions and goals and all that good stuff. Um, and I made a little presentation because I like doing presentations sometimes. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop that up here and let me know if it's big enough for everybody. Hold on. Start from the beginning. But yeah, tell me where y'all from. Where y'all from? Don't let my DMV come out. My Maryland. McKinley. Come out, but I'm about to just go ahead and share the screen so y'all can see this joint real quick. All right. Let me know how it looks. Let me know if y'all can see it well or not. I just want to know because that is necessary. Can you see the presentation yet? Yeah, you can? Okay, cool. You can see it. Appreciate it. All right. But before I start, I just want to remind y'all, go get your tickets for Sunday. It's going to be an amazing, amazing, amazing time. But yeah, this is a real quick joint. Now, how many of y'all, before I get into it, how many of you all have like made New Year's resolutions, especially when it comes to like business or revenue or something like that? Let me know in the comments if that's something that you've done or that you plan on doing. I don't want to be too big on this joint. I want y'all to see me a little bit. Okay, I think that's good. But make sure that hopefully that looks good for you. But yeah, let me know if you've done that. Happy New Year. Thank you so much. Indeed, a CT. Look, I like that little Instagram joint too. I can do both at the same time. This is hot. But I want to talk about I want to talk to you about, I want to transfer your mind about writing goals. And I know it's late, but I really want y'all to look, pay attention. Again, put anything in the comments you think is relevant that you want to hear and all that good stuff because I think it's very, very, very important that we don't just do goals and resolutions the way that we used to, right? Like I'm very, very, very much a fan of anything people do to better themselves, to help themselves out, especially creating goals and all that type of stuff going into a new year. But one of the things that's always important to me, and anybody who knows me knows that, is that I want things to be effective. I want stuff that we do to be effective, and basically be done in a way that works. Too often we too often what we do is we forget that we that goals require more than just us wanting to do them, right? And I want to talk brass tacks and get real with y'all real quick. About just not thinking that it's one of those things you can just talk and make happen. And so like we're going to talk about some challenges and myths, and I don't plan on being long. But again, get your ticket for Sunday. I'm gonna keep talking about that. But yeah, so have you heard of some of these? I like to call them half truths, right? Um, and basically, like if you build it, they will come. Have you ever heard something like that? Comments. If you heard some people say, if you build it, they will come, and you just have to affirm and manifest your way to success. And again, I did not say these were lies. I did not say that these were not true at all. But a lot of times people forget, and a lot of times people in who are of influence, and they don't really let you know behind the scenes all the things that it really took to get to where they are, so that you can replicate that. Because oftentimes, they'll say, "Hey, look," they'll either give you the end or they'll give you the beginning or someplace in the middle, but very seldom will they let you see everything that really goes into it. And so what I really like to do is synthesize what gets success for people and bring it out. So and I think people need to know, like they really, really need to know. So, but the truth is, I get it. We all got to start somewhere. Every successful journey begins with a desire, a vision, a need. Like some people do vision boards, New Year's resolutions, all that stuff. But desire alone is not enough. It'll never cut it. And I really want to go to help you to turn how to turn these desires into tangible, achievable goals and ultimately success. But as they say, the desire is the seed of all achievement. It's the spark that ignites ambition, whether it's a wish to increase revenue, a vision to expand your market, or the drive to launch a new product. It all starts with a desire, something that you want. And I'm gonna be real with you. If you don't have desire, you might as well stop watching now. I mean, I don't want to hold you, because if you don't want to do it, then there's nothing I can do to make you do it, to make you want to. But if you do have that desire, I want you to first imagine ending 2024. Today is, well, now we're at January 2nd, unless you're on the West Coast, well, anywhere besides the East Coast in America. And imagine the end having reached or surpassed your revenue goals, right? Because I'm mainly talking to business people. And for you, the journey actually starts today, right? And you know me, anybody know me, I like to have working definitions of things. So, and like I said, it's the working definition. I don't always, I mean, sometimes I go to dictionary definitions, but then I do working definitions so that we all have agreement about what we mean when we say something. The worst thing you can have is two people thinking that the same word means two different things and they can't have agreement on that. It's horrible. But desire is the seed of all achievement. It's the spark that ignites ambition, whether you wish to increase revenue, a vision to expand your market, or the drive to launch a new product. All of that is important. It all starts with that vision. But what's next? You can't just have a want. Like, again, you waking up and pointing to the mirror and saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, is an okay thing to do, but it doesn't actually get you anywhere, right? So what we're going to do now is turn these desires to reality. That's what we use SMART goals. And again, if you have to take notes, if you're on Instagram, chances are it's going to be deleted when it goes down, but it is available on my YouTube channel, Launch with Carl. It's on my Facebook and Twitter as well. So, Instagram, unfortunately, is going to go, but everybody else is going to be great. But look, so we want to do SMART goals, the specific, that measurable. The great Nat Martin is in the building. What's up, Nat? I see my man Neil Charles in the building. Glad to have y'all here. Yes, but those answers, they rely in specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound, and these are not just words, they're actually a blueprint for success. And it's important that in business, every last one of your goal is SMART, that we do that, because you don't want vague goals at all costs, right? Because vague goals are the first step on the road to failure. I'm going to say that again. Vague goals are the first step on the road to failure. So you want to avoid them, again, at all costs. It's like having a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly. It's like operating in luck. And that's often a sign of uncertainty, is what you have when you have desire and no direction. And it's scary to do that. And so again, real quick, just want to talk about setting the stage for success. You want achievable goals in action. So an achievable goal is a realistic yet challenging, concrete, and it's within your capacity to reach. It's about finding the sweet spot between ambition and practicality. Achievable goals are very, very important because we want to make it so that it pushes us, so it makes it stretches us. It's like any type of lifting weight, anything like that. But also we don't want it to be too crazy, right? We don't want to be too crazy. Like, there's no way you can make that. So you want to make it realistic. Here's some examples of achievable goals, right? Consistent revenue growth, right? Something simple like 3 consecutive months of 15 $100,000 in revenue in 2024. That's very specific, very measurable, and with the right strategy, it's entirely achievable. And I believe that for everybody who's watching this video, I know what business y'all in, but y'all can easily do 15K a month. Or you have a product sales target. I plan to sell 1,000 copies of your book in the first quarter. It's a clear target that will help to guide your marketing and sales efforts. And again, you can measure it against things. Annual revenue, milestone revenue. So let's set a goal to make $1 million this revenue year. It's a bold target that pushes you to strategy and innovate. This is actually my goal for this year. It was not my goal for last year. You're like, well, has that ever been your goal? No, I really wanted to make sure I was in a position to be able to strategize properly and have things in place and synthesize things that have already worked, and continue to work in my business in order to. Very, very important that I did that. Okay. So then next on the list is you want to like entrepreneurial impact. Like again, me seek to help 100 entrepreneurs start, launch, grow, and scale their business in 2024. So it's not just about my success, it's about creating a wider impact. So impact is also important. So these are the type of goals that you can make for what you want, need, and desire. So imagine, let me go back real quick. And I know some people who are tempted to act on goals alone. And I get it. That's very tempting, but it's an easy way to waste efforts, because we need to. But how do we turn these ambitious goals to reality? The key lies in the bridge between goals and action. And that bridge is strategy and planning, right? Because a goal without a plan, it's just a wish. It's like, I'm gonna get there, and hopefully what I do will get me to that space. Now let's illustrate the mistake real quick. Imagine aiming for $1 million in annual revenue. I'm gonna keep doing this because I'm calling myself out. Without a strategy, your actions might be scattered and ineffective. You'll have a lot of activity, but little progress and less than desired results. You may get some results, and some people might like what you do, but you know deep down inside it's not giving you everything that you want. And that strategy, what it does is it aligns your efforts with your goal, ensuring every step is purposeful and impactful, right? Now, defining and creating a strategy, market analysis, as we say here, understand your target audience, their needs, and how they fit into the market. You see, that's a strategy, right? The competitive edge, identify what sets your business apart and capitalize on it. You know, you're getting a little more defined in what you're doing, because again, everything is to really get things so that you put them into a plan. Resource allocation is always very, very important when it comes to crafting a strategy, especially an effective strategy. Sometimes we get tongue-tied, but like I said, imperfect action is better than perfect inaction, right? So I stay on that. Next, like we say, milestones and metrics. You want to make sure that you set clear, measurable milestones to track everything and adapt your strategy as needed. And then remember, resource allocation is important, because a lot of times when you're trying to create something and do something, one of the mistakes that people often make is they don't take into consideration how much money it's going to cost, how much time it's going to cost, who they need to have in place to do it, and they often minimize the efficiency of it. Just like, all right, I tried and it didn't work out, but that's often because they did not plan on the resources that were necessary. Last but not least, when you're crafting that strategy, let's say you're crafting a strategy as a blueprint for $1 million in revenue. And the larger the goal, the stronger the strategy has to be. So let's say we're going to strategy say, hey, we're going to increase focusing on high value clients. We're going to make premium value offers. Then expanding into new markets. Who else can I target? Increasing automation, leveraging digital marketing for a broader reach, and establishing strategic partnerships. These are all great strategies, right? I mean, they still seem a little bit vague, but you at least point and say, yeah, this makes a little bit of sense here. It makes a little bit of sense. Now, because I want to use an example, I'm going to break it down a little bit further. Like, let's say we're doing something in Q1. And again, I keep calling myself out on stuff like this, right? Because, it's, try to show people things and not use a real life example. So, so one of them, what I want to do is let's break it down. Um, so let's say my goal and strategy for what I want to do in the entire year. Q1, I need to generate enough money to maintain business and invest in growth. Because one thing that you want to know, if you're really trying to like 10x your business, one thing they don't tell you is oftentimes it takes a new level of strategy, and it often comes with a new level of investment into the business. So one of the things that I want to do with my business is, make sure, yes, of course, I want the revenue to be there to help with the growth and maintenance of the business, but I want to be able to invest in things, whether it's training, whether it's tools, whether it's people, whether it's partnerships, travel, whatever is necessary, because I try to keep doing the same thing over and over again, even though it may get you good results, chances are it will not get you multiplied results. And you want to listen to that and pay attention to that, because in order to really get the results that you want, you want to do the things that are necessary. Most of the time, it's stepping outside their comfort zone and doing something new. But there's a really important training that I want to take in Q3. Well, in the Q2, beginning of Q3, that I believe is going to help me to get to accelerate my path to the $1 billion of revenue. But I want to make the money now to be able to invest in that, because let's say I did generate, which I will generate 150K in Q1, right? If I do that 4 times, that doesn't give me $2 million, right? So there's going to have to be something new that I do. But again, like I said, that's a part of it. Then there's creating a continuity program, because I know that that's something that can bring you continuous revenue. Relaunch previously successful offers. There have been offers that I've done that have made really good revenue. How do I bring those back? I want 3 partnerships that I use, and I want to develop an affiliate program for the company. So that's kind of like how you get into strategy. Then, just a quick side note that this may help you. If you want to get deep into it, you don't have to do this. It's a gap analysis, right? And these things I learned, consulting for governments. Gap analysis is something that comes up often. So if you're trying to achieve something monumental, right, chances are it's going to take a drastic change in your business. And these are called gaps. What I was talking about earlier, that I want to reinvest in the business, right? So very seldom can you fill a gap on your own. I'm going to say that again. Very seldom can you fill a gap on your own. You want to strategize on the resources that it needs to help you fill that gap in a quick and permanent way. Sometimes it's hiring an executive, even a fractional one. Some people get fractional CMOs, fractional COOs, joining a course or restructuring company. Like I said, my gap filler, and I put it out there, is a 50K plus coaching program that is proven to give repeatable methodologies to get 6 and 7 figure months. So that would do it for me, right? So that's kind of my gap filler that I'm looking for. And find out what the gap fillers are that you need. And just remember, chances are you cannot be your own gap filler. And does it really take all this? Now, that's up to you to decide. But I want to say, to get what you've never had, you have to do what you've never done. And this really includes thinking and doing more. You had resolutions last year. You had goals that you set at the beginning of the last year. Did you make it? Did you get those goals? Maybe it's because you didn't put the right effort into it, right? If you did not. But this is a chance, like really get detailed. Rewind the video, pause it, press play, like, oh, wait, I need to do this. Go grab a pen and paper. You want to do that. Now, here is the most important step that's going to get you to success. Turn all of this into a plan, right? Now that we have a strategy, the next crucial step is develop a plan, because the plan transform the desire, those goals, that vision of our strategy into actionable steps. What am I actually going to do, right? Because without a plan, strategy remains a collection of ideas. The plan is what operational. You know what? Somebody say it for me. What'd you say? Oh, operationalize. Yeah, operationalizes these ideas. It was easy while I was typing it, but for some reason, saying it is weird. But you turn them into a series of steps that will lead you to your goal of a million dollars. I want everybody to have my goal, right? Actually, I want y'all to have better, goals better than mine. So that's really, what it is, what you really need to do. right? When you define a plan, a detailed proposal for achieving goals. It breaks down the strategic, specific, actionable tasks, timelines, responsibilities. Of course, it's going to have actionable steps. It's going to be, timelines. When are you going to do this? Resource allocation. How resources like budget, staff, and technology will be allocated for each step. Establish regular check-ins to monitor progress and make necessary adjustments. So here's an example plan. Like I said, I keep putting myself on the spot with these joints, right? So let's say this is what I would do for 2-1, right? Maybe I'll do this way or not. If you come on Sunday, you'll see exactly what my plan is, right? So let's say I create the continuity program, do that in January. Identify the target market, say what is going to be the core offer, develop an MSRP, manufacturer suggested retail price, meaning what would I sell it on the open market? What if somebody just comes to me and asks me what I would do? Then, of course, a launch price. As you know, I launch. That's what launch was called. We launch. We continuously launch. We're going to be teaching people how to launch every month. So we create launch prices for everything that we do. Then, of course, we market it like crazy. And that's what everybody got to do. Hey, remember this, y'all. Market like crazy. And when I say market like crazy, I mean market like you are crazy. That somebody be like, yo, why are you marketing so much? As you see me, I'm going because I have to market like crazy. And so that's what I continue to do. And then I want 3 partnerships, right? I want with the content creator, I want with the government contract specialist, and a really accomplished theater or creative person, because, and I have my reasons for that. I can't tell y'all everything I'm gonna do. And then I want to develop an affiliate program, possibly during Q1. I put to be determined on that because I'm still going to do a feasibility and gap analysis for that. So how many of you all, and I want to know, are you ready to plan for 2024? Do you really want to put on paper and put to action these goals that you had? How tired are you of putting down goals and not achieving them? There's one thing I want to, just have all of us do. And and I said this last year when I did my business movers mastermind with people, and it was actually day one we talked about it. Is and we this works in your personal life, what I've heard. But one thing that we really have to do is in business, especially as solopreneurs, is forgive ourselves, right? Like we have to forgive ourselves for when we did not fulfill the goals that we made. Because once we do that, then and we have to have a willingness to do it. Like we have to want to do it. We have to want to have the success, and we have to want to be able to climb over the things that we've done, right? That we've done and we missed out on, because so oftentimes those things will cause us to doubt if we can move forward, if we can do more. If because I didn't make, a goal that I set last year, if I don't forgive myself for that, if I don't forgive myself for missing that goal, then this year I'll miss another goal, and that's what you don't want to do. All right, so of course, I wouldn't be smart if I didn't ask you, do you want to see my real plan for 7 figures in 2024? So you can copy it. Like y'all want to copy my plan? Y'all see what we do? Like really delve into it because it's long. Pause. It's a lot in there, right? And of course, hey, I want y'all to come to my symposium on Sunday, especially if you're here in the DMV. But you go ahead, flies right by BWI Airport in Cromwell Park, partner with the O agency for it. But yeah, 4-hour interactive session, digital workbook. You get to gain in-depth knowledges from that are unique to here, but they're also implementable anywhere. Behind the scenes access. It's a state-of-the-art content creation center with 30 feet LEDs, 2,500 square feet, studio lighting, all these great things. Network and grow other entrepreneurs and walk away with your own quality, actionable plan for 2024. And one of the great things that we always say is who all gonna be there, right? That's really important. You want to know who all gonna be there. So I have these wonderful titans of the industry that are going to be there with me. I'm going to take myself off the screen. I don't really need to be on the screen for this. Just go straight here. Yeah. So as you see, I'm in the middle. You know what I'm saying? I'm Carl. I'll be your host. And I'm also going to, like I said, showing you about the growth strategy and continuous launching that works for people. Then, as you see on my left, Dr. Ebony Gray. She's the CEO of Gray's Consulting Group. And she's a featured speaker who is an expert. And when I say expert, like I want y'all to catch the gravity of the word expert. This woman, number one, she just received the Lifetime Achievement Award from President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. She is a SCORE mentor. She sat on the boards that made the decisions for who got the contracts in the government. Now, there are a lot of people out there who have gotten government contracts. I've gotten government contracts. It's a great thing, but very few have been in a position of being the decision maker on the other side of the table, of having the relationships. And she's going to tell you exactly what it takes because there are hundreds of millions. I want to say billions, but I'll let her tell you, what the numbers really are, of dollars that are out there for people to be able to minorities to get contracts with our government, right? It's really that serious, and she's an expert at it, and you'll be surprised what you actually can get a contract for. They were like, I don't really want government contracts. You have no idea. Or my business can't get government contracts. You don't know that. Our government outsources everything. Um, and a lot of these things actually do have things that can be set aside for minorities. Teach you how to position yourself to be able to get those. We don't talk. She doesn't do. And I, had a conversation with her, and she doesn't do those things. These aren't 10, 20, $30,000 contracts. We're talking about they're in the hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars, and they could be yours. And don't be one of the things I don't want you to do is shortchange yourself. And that's something that we often do. We shortchange ourselves, like what I don't have what it takes to get there. If you don't know what it takes to get there, you can't say you don't have it. So come and listen. And then as you see on my right, on my left, you're right, my left, whatever. Is Ryan Green. Now, this brother has written a number of books. He's spoken on many stages. He's created brands. He's helped people to launch their own brands, tell their stories, opened up his own creation studio. It has a thriving photography business, as well as videography, and it really is focused on helping entrepreneurs. Now, there are a lot of people out there who can do content creation. A lot of people out there who can do video, who do photography, but he does it specifically for entrepreneurs, for emerging entrepreneurs. And he's going to talk about, as a emerging entrepreneur, how do you position yourself with the content that you want, need, have in order to properly grow. He's spoken on some of the biggest stages in the world, has partnered with some of the greatest entrepreneurs you ever want to meet in life, and he's coming to show the people exactly who it is that he is, who it is that they can be, and how to position yourselves. One thing about us here, I know if you watch television a lot, I mean, not watch television. If you're on social media, your algorithm probably has had people talk about just put your phone up in front of your camera and start talking. Yeah, that's cool in some cases, but there are other times where you need to have a more polished look, and he's going to show you how to do that. Because around here, they a little bougie. When you talk to people that ask you to drop off a hat, what do? They expect you to have certain things when you tell them what you do and how you do it and all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm encouraging you. Click the link. If you don't see the link, holler at me. You want to be there. It's gonna be one of the most amazing times. Do it, but I really want you all to be there because I'm jumping out there, right? I'm jumping out there and I'm sharing. Like I'm not holding back. I'm not holding back. I want everybody to know exactly what I believe it's going to take for us to thrive in 2024. We're in the midst of one of the biggest, a huge economic downturn. We have stagflation at the same time of inflation. They're trying to freeze interest rates, but it's still going to be rough. And one income is too close to none, and you don't want that second income to be low, right? You want to have as much control over what you do as possible. And so, when I ask the question, who are going to be there? That's who's going to be there. And hopefully you going to be there. I know I'm going to be there bright and early with bells on. And you don't want to miss out. So we're still doing the 2-for-1. I mean, buy one, get one half off. So, definitely bring somebody with you, somebody who can hold you accountable, somebody you hold accountable, or somebody who works with you. But I'm really looking forward to seeing y'all there. If you have any questions, comments, metaphysical speculation that you want to share about entrepreneurship, I love to know what your goals are, and how you're going to do it. Hopefully, this video was valuable to you. If you really want help creating your plan, reach out to me. You can always get the first 15 minutes free. Reach out to me, 15 minutes free. And I use that time. I tell you all the time to be the best 15 minutes of your day. You get a whole lot out of it in a little bit of time, when I do those type of things. So just remember, success in business is not just about hard work. It's about smart, strategic planning and taking the right actions at the right time. Join me this Sunday and start the journey together. Your future self will thank you. Now, I want you to imagine December 31st, 2024. Will you be one that can say, I achieved my goals? Will you be one that says, I surpassed my goals? Or will you be one that says, I let the opportunity pass me by for whatever reason? I honestly want you to be afraid of being in the same position this time next year. You should be afraid of that. I'm just going to keep it a buck. I want you to think about that. And then hit me up. Tell me what you think. But until then, this is Carl Gray III, your business solutions architect, located here in Prince George's County, Maryland, but available worldwide. Glad to see you here.